Hey, g'day guys, it's Calvin, Cartoon. We're going to answer the question of which is the inlet and which is the outlet on a 1UZ non-VVTi. Let's do it real quick. That thing is a fuel pressure dampener. That is the inlet. In this case it's down here. On this case it's right here. This is the fuel pressure regulator. It's got a vacuum line on it. That is the out. There it is. Comes along here, and it pops out over here. On this one, it's over there. Right, for anyone that wants to ask silly questions, before you do so, and they're not silly, if you've actually watched the rest of the video, they're not silly. Otherwise, hope that's been helpful. If you want more information, check out the rest of the video.
Which makes no sense, because he's confused.
Oh, I was very confused. Yep.
Short version's better.
Yeah, that's right there. Hey Jace,
yeah?
We're going to do fuel in and fuel out on a 1UZ non-VVTi. Yes, Old Yeller is enhancement, isn't it?
Yeah.
Could we call it a pressure enhancement? Pressure enhancement device. Anyway, guys, so VVTIs. This is non-VVTi.
This is Old Yeller. Has it got the VVTi? It's got caps?
Yes, it does. And it's got coils, so it's got the double. You've got caps and coils.
And it's got
extra igniters.
And another coil.
Which confuses the wiring man.
Yeah.
Yep. Guys, we're going to do fuel in and fuel out on a non-VVTi 1UZ.
Are you sure this is non-VVTi?
Pretty sure it is now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Supercharged, eh?
Does appear to be.
I'm not helping, am I?
No. Right. So this bit here is where the fuel goes in, because this is a pressure dampener. I've got a video on dampness, so that's the dampener. That's the innie bit, okay? You'll notice there's no vacuum line going to that. This is Toyota, not Nissans, that confuse us by putting putting pressure lines onto their dampeners. So it's nice and simple. Dampener, inwards, innie. We're not going to use driver's side or passenger side. No. And guys, this is the left-hand side of the engine. See, this is left, and it remains left, regardless if it's in the car or not.
Oh, it's left on this side though.
I will hit you for that, eh? This is always the left, and that is the in. So this has got a fuel line at the back. There you go. So we've got a fuel line across the back, and a fuel line across the front. The fuel pressure. Where is it? What have you done?
That's removed. Because this had the dual fuel pressure?
This had the dual fuel pressure, didn't it? So it had a fuel pressure regulator here.
You've got that round the wrong way.
Oh fuck, I have too. I'm really confusing myself.
This is going to be a brilliant video.
That's better, eh?
That's better.
So this setup and the return line and the inlet line do alter. So this one, you see it's down here for the innie, where this model was up here for the innie. Innie. So we've got outie and outie, but that one was actually normally over here. And it is the fuel pressure reg, this one.
Yes.
Vacuum line, that is your fuel pressure regulator to let the fuel out of the rail. That controls the pressure, the maximum pressure. Is that the correct way to say it? It controls the maximum pressure. The fuel pump should pump enough fuel to reach the pressure of the regulator.
That regulates the maximum pressure.
It's the maximum, isn't it?
It regulates the maximum pressure.
Regulates the maximum pressure, yeah.
To 1 PS. If you're adding boost like this one is, the 1 PSI on top of it, it should make an extra PSI.
Hopefully. Because this one is getting boosted, Jason has done this. Remove the pressure regulator. We don't run two, because that's just dumb. And he has fitted another one. So in this case, well, it was actually already on the vehicle, but there is the fuel pressure regulator aftermarket for the boosted application to hopefully give us slightly better performance in the fuel system. I wasn't really...
Do we want to go into the real technical why you need this and why you need a rising rate with boost? Do you want to go into that?
You've got one word. You're allowed 3 words.
Pressure difference between top and bottom of the injector.
There was more than, but pressure differential. That's for another video. For guys that want to know why we run different fuel pressures and pressure rates and regulators, a Google search on pressure differential or fuel pressure or fuel injector pressure differential is a really good search. And pretty much if you understand that concept, you'll understand rising rates or like the Vvti's, which are a static fuel system, which is really strange because the pressure differential changes across the injector more so than a regulated system or a rising rate system where the pressure differential stays more the same. But one we call static and one we call
dynamic.
Dynamic? That's dynamic.
I don't know if it's the right word or not, but
one the pressure changes and one the pressure doesn't, but it's the opposite with regard to the injector. Go figure. And that's why people get confused about pressures.
But the return of the system generally run more pressure out of the box.
Correct.
So this is where it run 38, 40 psi, where they run 50 or 50.
Yeah, but of course that's at atmosphere.
Yeah.
We go vacuum, so the pressure differential at vacuum is actually greater than at static, at atmosphere. I almost forgot UCF 20 round fuel rails. There's the innie right at the back. There's your dampener. There's your tube. Innie. UCF 20 only have the single crossover tube. There is at the front. There's your crossover tube between the rails. And fuel pressure regulator at the back. So the fuel has to do the full loop up there, back there. There's the outlet. There's actually normally a piece of tube here, and the outlet is over here. Okay, so now we got a steel tube along here, and the connection's actually over here where my finger is. That's UCF 20. At one point I will do fuel pressure differences, but for this one we want to return in and return out. That's the innie. That's the outie. Innie, outie.